Hello again, friends, and welcome to another edition of If This Car Could Talk. For 1955, the entire Chrysler lineup had significantly new styling cues influenced by the new head of design, Virgil Exner, who had joined the company just 3 years earlier. In particular, the 1955 DeSoto has additional design traits aside from the so-called forward-look cars. For this year, Chrysler wanted to elevate the position of the DeSoto into a higher-end category, much like Ford had done with Mercury and GM had done with Oldsmobile. The six-cylinder engine was finally dropped. The new DeSoto Hemi V8, at 291 cubic inches and with a two-barrel carburetor, was the entry-level engine and would use the Fire Dome name, a moniker used by Chrysler since 1952. A new high-end series was now in place, named Fireflight. It would use the new V8 with a four-barrel carburetor, producing 200 horsepower. Dual exhaust was available on all models, but the station wagon was extra cost. Electric wipers, tubeless tires, and more efficient Oriflow shocks were now all standard for all DeSotos. The new DeSoto models had a wheelbase measuring 126 inches. The two-door sedan Club Coupe was unceremoniously dropped from the previous year. For this year, the DeSoto models were offered in only two series. The returning Fire Dome, a DeSoto model since 1952, where 5 separate models plus a wagon were offered, and the Fireflight, available in 4 body styles plus a 4-door wagon. The upper-level Fireflight Coronado 4-door sedan, as our feature car is, was a late offering this year, and for all intents and purposes was merely a regular 4-door sedan with upgraded trim and interior styling. The package cost a new car buyer $172 in addition to the car's base price of $2,727. Most obviously is the tri-tone paint, where a customer could choose which area of the car got any of the 14 standard colors available for 1955. It's said that the 1955 DeSoto Fireflight Coronado was the first tri-tone colored car ever offered by an American manufacturer. Imagine how labor-intensive painting one of these Coronados was. Inside, the Coronado offered a unique leather trim in white, with matching fabric inserts and a color-keyed headliner and door panels to match the main body color. The interior motif was inspired by their premium Sportsman models. We've never seen one in person until this beauty you see here in this video. The appearance is really quite attractive, and this example appears to sport its original paint and interior trim. Production numbers were included in the Fireflight standard 4-door sedans. It's unknown exactly how many were produced, but it seems that several sources during my research estimate about 500 or so left the factory. I found one reference that stated 483 were built. Styling for this year was radically different than it was in 1954 in all Chrysler models, thanks to Mr. Exner. The all-new exterior sheet metal was highlighted by lower, longer, wider body contours, and a wraparound windshield was featured for the first time. It was marketed as totally revolutionary in its design. The new windshield was dubbed the New Horizon windshield. It was designed to fully wrap around both lower corners and the entire top, and was swept back to enhance the look of motion and to provide better visibility. An optional chrome sun cap positioned above the glass into the roof area accentuated this new windshield design. The simulated hood scoop that had been on the top of the hood the previous year was now at the front, replaced by a separate hood ornament. The park lamps now floated in the grille that had unique cutouts for the bumper guards that were actually part of the famous teeth. The teeth were cut down from previous years to 7 and sat between the guards. These now famous DeSoto grille teeth were favored by customizers, and from 1941 through 1955, the DeSoto was well known for its toothy grills. At the rear, the fenders only sloped down slightly and ended in new, larger tail lamps with Frenched peaks at the tops. The fuel filler was now behind a door on the right rear quarter panel. The rear bumper was molded to follow the body contours and kicked up to join the tail lamps, much like Cadillacs of the period. Styling on the interior was inspired by what DeSoto called dual aircraft cockpits because they appeared to look like modern aircraft with their symmetrical dashboards. With the radio, either manual tuning or push-button tuning, and a clock option centered them both in the dashboard. The seating was referred to in sales catalogs as chair-high seats. The glove box featuring the series name and the radio speaker graced the right-hand side of the dashboard. All gauges and the dash-mounted optional PowerFlight 3-speed automatic transmission shift lever were to the left of center. It was called Flight Control. This was a popular option that cost $189. Chrysler knew that most buyers would eagerly purchase extra cost options, and many were available for the 1955 DeSoto. The radical new styling resulted in a 50% increase in sales over 1954 to 115,485 units. So let us know in the comments which forward look make and model is your favorite. DeSoto production finally ended at the conclusion of the 1961 model year, which also marked the end of the forward look style. We want to thank you again for watching. We look forward to seeing you soon.